Alright, g'day YouTube, it's Pato here again. Sorry for not uploading any videos of recent times. Been pretty busy and haven't really had much of a chance to ride the bike as much as I'd like to, only on the weekends really. And when I have been riding I haven't had my camera on me, so it's been a little bit shite from me. So yeah, anyway, today I sort of want to tell my little tale of what happened the other week with a car and see if I can sort of relate it to the sorts of things you got to look out for when you are riding. Yeah, the unmarked copper, sneaky bastard. So yeah, the other day I was riding along sort of a busy sort of road, and there was, and of course we drive on the left hand side here in Australia, and it was sort of a right hand turn, or a turn for people on the right lane, or the right side of the road. Go on, get it out. Yeah, the people on the right side of the road, and there was sort of three cars in a row that were lined up to turn, and I think all three of them did a U-turn. So anyway, I was still a fair distance away at this point, and the first two, oh Audi, the first two, yeah, the first two, sorry about that, lost my train of thought for a second, watching that sexy copper. Yeah, so the first two sort of were nowhere near me, wasn't really any danger of them sort of hitting me, and the last one I was just watching it and watching it and watching it, and I thought knew it was gonna do a U-turn as well, and I'm in the left lane, and of course this lovely lady driving the car does a U-turn when I'm about 50 meters away on an 80-kilometer road and comes into the left lane, the lane that I'm in, and completely cuts me off, and I had to sort of go on the brakes pretty hard, but at the same time I was anticipating it the whole time, so I had my finger right over it, sort of dropped off my speed a little bit as well, but yeah, straight into my lane. It's crazy. And that's the sort of shit you got to look out for when you're riding. You know, you got to be aware of your surroundings the whole time. Like right now I can tell you there's a little black Getz on my left in my blind spot, and there she is, and that's just constantly checking your mirrors, being aware of what's in your blind spot. You know, when oncoming cars are turning, you know, don't trust them to see you. Always be ready to brake, have your finger over the brake. Well, that's what I like to do. Other riders don't like that, but that's what I feel is best for me. Cover the brakes, and then it decreases your braking time if you do need to do an emergency brake. And you know, when there are oncoming cars turning, change your lane positioning as well. You know, instead of being in the center of your lane or the right hand side, go over to the you know, go over to your left, give yourself a bit of, I can't remember what they call it in the rider safe courses, but give yourself a space where you can go if you do need to avoid it. So yeah, it's just that sort of stuff that you really got to be aware of when you're riding, you know. You can't trust anyone else on the road. Fuck, it's freezing tonight. My thermals as well, bloody hell. So yeah, and that's really important for learners. You know, when you're really trying to concentrate on riding, and oh, she's alright. Yeah, you're trying to concentrate on riding and whatnot, and then at the same time trying to concentrate on everything that's around you. It's not easy to do. But that's all part of riding a motorcycle, and you know it's part of driving a car as well. But it's not as costly a lot of the time in a car if you do get hit. In a bike or on a bike, if you get hit, it's pretty easy to get killed. So you got to take your life into your own hands, really. It's your responsibility. I'm freezing my tits off. God, all the guys in America in winter right now, you guys are crazy if you're still riding. But yeah, I don't know, that's sort of just what I wanted to talk about. You know, drop in some comments or some tips for the learners as well, and for myself and for anyone else that rides a motorcycle, of how you can ride safer. And you know, tell us a story of someone cutting you off, or a close call for you. That was sort of my first close call, but it wasn't really a close call because I sort of knew it was going to happen. Whereas if, I don't know, someone just opened their door on me or something and I had to slam on the brakes, that would be a bit scarier. Yeah, yeah. So that's all, I guess, guys. I'll see you next time. Hopefully that's not too far away.